Well, uh, it's sobering news to say the least. Somebody that pretty much I'll be honest, like it's kind of someone that when I first got back on YouTube back in 2016, a friend of mine that I used to work with at a school, he sent me a video, and the video was BGS Sipmore. And I was just starting a job. I was working um, in the northern suburbs of Illinois, and I was just man, I was just like man, I was watching 8 hour videos at work, just watching everything that I possibly could, and from watching BGS, it led me to all of the people that you probably hear about today. Um, Including one guy that just kind of came on the scene back in 2000, uh, about 2016, and that was Kevin Samuels. He was pretty much mostly everyone was just kind of budding. They weren't really as famous as they are now. I mean, everybody that pretty much they all centered around BGS Sidmore's 8 hour weekend hangouts. Back then it was Google Hangouts, and basically everybody would pretty much come in there, try to give their speech or their spiel, debate, say whatever was on their mind. A lot of times, I'll be honest, it was similar to a lion den. Just a whole bunch of roaring men with ideas, thoughts, you know, ambitions, goals, viewpoints, and it was just a bunch of people that really it was like a camaraderie. And at a point in my life where I was going through uh pretty much a marriage that pretty much was extremely toxic. And it was kind of a respite for that relationship. A lot of times talking to these men with the similar issues, similar problems, you know um some more than others. And yeah, Kevin Samuels was one of those men that he was in that particular circle. And I just kind of went to a certain area of my life where I just I just flipped my lid. And I got in trouble. And I pretty much talked about it on my channel, and I was gone for a good year. And I came back 2018. And um every a lot of people that I was talking to late at night, the whole Google Hangouts, and people just pretty much were um constantly sending messages through Google Hangouts. I mean, one person will go live and they'll be like, "Hey, come to my channel." It was pretty much, it was a fun time, I would say. Um, Sometimes I really just didn't really want to be bothered. Sometimes, I was ready to talk for hours, but um, I didn't really know Kevin Samuels. I never met him. I'm sure. Uh, I'm sure pretty much he probably he probably was acknowledging me. Some people don't really acknowledge or watch people or engage in people. They just kind of sit back. I get it, because I do the same thing. I sit back and I watch people's channels, and I might comment here and there, but I just sit back. I don't necessarily engage, but I don't know. That's speculation. I don't know if he necessarily remember who I was. My channel names at the time was Solar Scholar. I deleted my channel. Um, shit, Google probably has it on their servers. I don't know, but anyway, man, I just felt compelled, man, to speak about this brother because a lot of people didn't like him. A lot of people hated on him. I'm gonna talk about all of that. Um, I don't like hating on people. I mean, that's just not my thing. I mean, I'm just not. I'm not a hater. you know, uh, if somebody that I said this before, if somebody that I talked to was, they made it big, somebody that was in the same circle, even if it was a online circle or whatever, and they made it big. I mean, how can I hate on somebody that was in the same particular arena or area that I was in? I just can't find myself compelled to do that. Some people that obviously everything is pretty much written in history now because of his passing. The people that were, I mean, obviously hating on him, men and women, they can't deny it. Even now, I mean, they can't go back and say, okay, I didn't hate him or whatever. Um, but the thing is that yeah, I wasn't. I had no hate for him as far as things because it just that ain't my cup of tea. I never looked at it like YouTube was gonna be this thing where I make a whole bunch of money. Um, it just was a thing where it was kind of an outlet for me, kind of a entertainment and just a place where I can just, kind of be myself a little bit more, just another avenue from other places or whatever. But I guess other people had bigger goals and ambitions that I'm definitely going to address. You know, I don't really give nobody really hates on me because, uh, I'm a little guy, but I pretty much I know people watch me in the shadows. People check on people and stuff like that. I mean, I don't have a small channel compared to others. 5,000 is not small at all. Yeah, at the same time, I'd rather keep it as authentic as I possibly can. I don't really like being fake. Some people they can be fake and stuff like that. I don't live in Hollywood. I've never actually been to Los Angeles as far as Hollywood or anything like that. Never even been to New York. So the whole fake act, I don't I don't I don't do that. That's not something that I really like doing. I can be fake, but it's not something that I really like doing. So I try to be as authentic and uh as much as myself as I possibly can. And what other people do is what they do. But I definitely will address a lot of things. The picture of this title is a lion with a hyena's head, and I find that befitting because basically that's how I look at Kevin. He was somebody that basically was ripping heads off. Basically not figuratively or physically, but through his verbal actions, his commentary, his critique, he was ripping heads off. And um, he was exposing, pretty much the ills and the delusions, the just basically illogical viewpoints and thoughts of a lot of women in America, I mainly black women. Let's just keep it real. And I mean, that being said, it was something that just he became a household name because a lot of what he mentioned is a lot of times what people always really want to mention, but they can't necessarily do it, whether they work around people, or that people out in public don't want to necessarily mention it. But he would, um basically found a niche where he could basically pinpoint certain um viewpoints and delusions that a lot of women had from actually kind of being on social media, or just basically out in public, just commingling with just nothing but women, but not really getting a viewpoint from men. They would come and get a viewpoint from Kevin where they probably already knew, but they didn't want to necessarily admit it. Well, they come on Kevin's show, and then their bubble is busted, and they could take it or leave it. And I mean, of course, all of that got a lot of hate rhetoric, a lot of back and forth. And at the end of the day, I always used to say to myself, and I've addressed it before, it doesn't really matter what the man actually does outside of YouTube. It matters what he says, and what he says is definitely going to still be true. Like I was saying before, he could be a clown, he could be this, or he could have this orientation or whatever. What he says is definitely true, and a lot of times that's what hurts. People don't really like the truth. It's probably why a lot of people don't really like my channel, is because I speak the truth. You know, just like Jesus spoke the truth and he got crucified for it. Nobody wants to really hear the truth, right? But that's definitely something. A lot of things that will remain true. The cat is already out the bag. The hyena's head is already severed, and it can't be undone. The cat is already out the bag. Everybody knows, okay, all these different things is going to be still true to tomorrow as it is yesterday and today. So that is not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break down 10 reasons, 10 things basically that basically Kevin Samuels reminded me of, or basically what I learned from him. So basically, I'm gonna go down this list. So the first thing is beef is bad for business. Yes, 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 yes. This is something that I pretty much I can say that it was a superpower for him, because I don't know if I could handle you know not dealing with beef. I always say to myself, what if somebody did beef with me? How would I handle that? Uh I don't know. I've not really had, I'll be honest, I don't really have too much beef. I've had slanderous comments. I've had comments of people. I really kind of really don't be around too many people. I could read the room, and I understand who is receptive to me, or who like me, who don't. And as much as I might think, that I want to hang around these people, I want to talk or whatever, I know these people don't like me. So I keep my distance. So from that being said, I mean, it's not necessarily that's the reason why I don't have beef. The reason why I don't have beef, I believe, is because I don't have the meteoric success that Kevin Samuel has. Because a lot of times when you start making money, that's when the jealousy comes. When you start getting engagement, and you start getting the views, you start getting the super chats, the donations. that's when the jealousy comes. That's pretty much that's where the beef comes, because I mean it's competitive. I understand it's a certain level of camaraderie or competitiveness. You know, a lot of times people that do stuff like that, they end up fading away because it's phony. It's people can see through it. The controversy of beef, it sells. You make a little money, but then people slowly fade away. They slowly get broker and broker, and then they got to go get a job or get off YouTube because they can't make any more money. They ran out of people to beef with. So yeah, beef is definitely, that's something I learned. It's definitely bad for business. Ninth is truth hurts, and people will hate hard on it. I pretty much, like I said before, they hated on Jesus because he told the truth. They hate on KS Kevin Samuels because he told the truth. Primarily, who hated on him? Both women and men, but the men hated on them just to kind of be like white knights, be kind of like simp enforcers and shit like that. That's how but the women, they hated the actual truth because the facts that I see, you know, some people might not be able to break things down to a certain extent like others, to bring an educated response to things. But yeah, I mean, the fact is still remain like, you know, he basically told young women, these older women are lying to you. They're telling you a bag of shit. If you believe them, that these are the same women that's going to be competing for your men of your age group and men in general, and they're sending your ass off. I mean, and the women didn't like that because it's some evil ass women in this world, evil men, and it's some evil women that they want to send you off. They want to send young women off. They want to send as many women as they can off, or particular women, whether it be their daughter, niece. I got people I could say that are family members, and they probably like are waiting for my downfall. I mean, God knows best. I don't know. Like, I'm sure, like, it's some people that are family, and they look at you as your rise of success is embarrassing to them because their particular children that might be your particular family members, cousins and shit like that, are not, you rise above them, and then they look, at your particular success as a embarrassment to their family or their children and shit like that. So you damn sure got outside of your own family people that are trying to push you down, keep you down and stuff like that, and keep you blind, deaf, and dumb, to what's actually going on. So you can actually be a failure, and they could sit back and laugh at you and make fun of you and talk about you, and yeah, it happens. You in a nut house, in a straight jacket, and then you get out, and then they laughing at you. The same woman that gave you advice. Well, he was telling a lot of people, a lot of women, the truth, and telling them basically the hard truth. Yeah. After a certain age, you looked at as an old car that ain't worth fixing up. you know I mean, you might think that you have all of the time in the world. It's no different than what I say. I break it down to a biological level, but I might word it different, but it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that truth hurts. It hurts when somebody say you're a fat ass. You got to go take your ass in the gym. You're a broke ass. You got to start a budget. You got to save some money. You got to try to work extra hours. It hurts because all of that shit does hurt. It's not easy. All of that stuff is not easy to do. It goes into your pleasure sensors. Your pleasure sensors is pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. I want to feel good all the time. Well, working out, going on a diet, fasting, uh, trying to work more hours, all of these things are causes pain, not pleasure. That's why it goes into weakness and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We taught that every man is created equal. That's not true. That's not true. That's some shit that just, I don't know, some type of pledge of allegiance or some bullshit. But yeah, the truthful is it hurts. People hate hard as hell on you for telling the truth, because when you telling the truth and you have a whole bunch of fame and money to stand behind you, and basically, they can't necessarily talk about, they got to find some way to discredit your truth, because they got to look in the mirror, and they can't necessarily deny the truth. So they want to try to basically kill the messenger, or say the messenger is this and that, when it's not. Like, okay, what about the message? What is the actual message here? You're not looking at that. They looking at the man saying it, because they don't want to address the truth or the message. They want to address, the person saying the message. Well, I say this. I mean, all of the young people, young men from younger than me, older than me, I mean, pretty much ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna still be the same truth. It's gonna get even more truthful. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's some stuff on the horizon. You got wars going on right now. You got recessions. You got inflation. The truth is gonna get even rougher. You know. So 8, yeah, niggas gonna be niggas no matter what. So the reason I thought about this is because, see, when I moved out of the ghetto with my parents in 1985, I saw a whole bunch of niggas yelling, saying y'all too good to stay here. I still remember this shit. Like when I was 5 years old, moved out of what is called now Bronzeville, but when I lived there in Chicago, it was the low end. Then they were saying, y'all think y'all too good to be living here. It's like people yelling out the window while we was moving in a moving truck. And it was like, yeah, they knew we was leaving and they was still stuck there. They weren't probably able to leave. We were able to leave, and pretty much they were like, cussing us out basically. You know, that was crazy to me. I thought that was odd as hell. Well, that's the similar shit I seen on YouTube. When Kevin Samuels started making a little bit of fucking money, what's going on, man? A little bit of money he started making. Little money. Like, I mean, he could have even just made $1 million. That's small chump change when you talk about YouTube. You got people on YouTube like Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, and shit like that making fucking $60 million a year. Nigga get $1 million. Let's say he make $100,000 a month. All the niggas in the world hating on him. All that ghetto-ness, all that crab, like you say, crabs in a barrel coming on out. That's what I saw. That's what I saw, because I mean, he was the same person on YouTube just like anybody else, and he didn't pay. Like, okay, yeah, I had the video about ways people do stuff, fake it till you make it and all that shit. He didn't buy nobody, he didn't buy no viewers, as far as I know. That he, as far as what I seen, whenever I seen a Kevin Samuels chat or the live watchers, that was pretty much organic. Those were people that actually wanted to watch his show. He got them to watch the show. He didn't pay the motherfuckers to watch the show. They wanted to watch the show. And I seen a whole bunch of niggas hating on this man because he getting a whole bunch of money. He got a whole bunch of fame. Cause at the end of the day, if you can do that shit, you would have done it. You can't do it. You can't get a whole bunch of motherfuckers to give you a super chat. You can't get a whole bunch of engagement because you can't. And it just a whole bunch of niggas hating on them. Small amount of money. Like I've been working in corporate America for over at least almost 20 years. I've been around CEOs that's worth over $100 million, billionaires. You think I'm gonna give a fuck about hate on some guy that make $1 million on YouTube that's just made, or anybody? Like some bum ass niggas, man. Bums. They can't do shit but hate because they can't get the success. That's it. At the end of the day, you counting them super chats, you looking at the engagement and all the people, all the fanfare, and you couldn't get that shit. Let's keep it real. You could never get that shit in a million years. And you hating on this man because he able to get the shit. And it's like at the end of the day, still people gonna look at you like, duh, motherfucker, can't, why don't you just go get the same shit? You can't. You can't get it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you couldn't do it. And it goes into number 7. People can't rise to the top because they don't have it. What is it? It is something that you either have or you don't. Like, for example, I remember when I was younger, a white lady, I was selling Kirby vacuum cleaners in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois in 1999. She was like, man, you should just go to Hollywood. You look good. You know, actually, she said I look like Will Smith. Oh, man, I should have listened to her, you know, but I just didn't feel like I was ready for that shit, you know. And I might be ready now, but LA, LA is rough. California is rough. You got a lot of extortion, motherfuckers. You got a lot of shit going on in California. You know, cats get ran out of California, man. And yeah, I've been to San Diego, been to Sacramento. Um, yeah, California is a whole nother level. But you still have to have it. Your setup, wait, being able to talk. You know, Kevin Samuels was a salesman. I was a salesman before. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't sell not one Kirby. Somebody else stole. Actually, some chick that was in the group. She took my lead. That would probably been my only lead or whatever. But I was not a good salesman. I'm an okay salesman now, but I'm not. No, I've never sold over $1 million worth of sales. I've never sold over $100,000 worth of sales. Salesmanship is an art form within itself. I mean, you can actually get any job you want. You could get sales jobs very, very easily. And if you're a good salesman, you can make a whole bunch of money off commission. And that's what the man did. I mean, I don't. Do I think was he all successful all the time? No, he pretty much launched around the time that the I would say probably before the pandemic, before 2020. After 2020, it was a need. People were in the house. People still in the house. People still getting COVID. And he gave entertainment. He gave his insight. He gave a lot of what he learned from other YouTubers, other people that mentored him. And yeah, he probably did take stuff from all kind of different, small YouTubers or whatever. I took stuff from him. I mean, and the thing is, yeah, he took it to his platform. And I've said this before, if you didn't want somebody taking something from you, you could just do a Patreon fucking video of everything. I know people that's on YouTube that they just do short videos and then they put it on Patreon. If you if you are saying something that's so good that you don't want nobody taking it, You can just put a video on Patreon. You can have paid videos if you have monetization. It's a lot of stuff you could do if you don't want somebody biting it or whatever. And then at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself this: why is somebody able to take what you're saying and make so much more money off of it than you? And it comes to, how is your presentation? How marketable are you? How engaged are you? How much do you care about this shit? Like, a lot of times people don't really, like, even myself, I don't really give a fuck about this shit like that. Like, I do this shit, to get stuff off. Like, even right now, like, I know tomorrow I ain't gonna have time to do no video about this. And Saturday and Sunday, it's gonna be, hard hitting. I'm still working every single day. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do this shit now, it's gonna be a delay. But the thing is that, yeah, people don't have it. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to dress. Their presentation is fucked up. Their videos are fucked up. They sound is fucked up. Everything is just all over the place. And it's like, yeah, Kevin, he got with the right people. He got the right setup. He knew what to say. He he had the angle. He had in his brain. It's like when I just was talking to some lady. I was like, yeah, I'll follow you, but you got to be able to whoop my ass, and you got to be able to beat me in chess. You ain't gonna beat me in chess. I already know that, and you damn sure ain't gonna whoop my ass. So where does that lead you? Following me? And I say that to say, basically, he knew what was in his head. Just like when I play chess, when I win, I knew what was in my head to move this way. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I got you. Boom. He already knew what to do, how to set it up, what to say, how to get engagement, how to, do all of these different things. And other people come on YouTube's like Fire Up Alive. Oh, just because it's me, I can do this and this and this. No, that shit don't work all the time. It's about a lot of different things, and it's he really, really crafted that shit. He made sure all of that shit was together. He had that YouTube it factor. He had, people posting stuff and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If you could make $1 million off of YouTube, you've already have made $1 million off YouTube. You couldn't make $1 million off YouTube. It don't matter if he never took anybody's talking points. You still wouldn't have made $1 million off YouTube because you can't do it. If you could have done it, you would have done it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter about what somebody took or what somebody, at the end of the day, what he gonna say it better than you, or he gonna present it better than you, or what is the psychosis? I'm trying to figure it out because I could never really figure that out. I guess it goes back to the just nigga shit, the crabs in the bucket shit. You make more money than I make. I'm still broke ass motherfucker, and you're not. I wish I had that money. I wish I had that success, but I don't. And it hurts. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. It hurts to be broke. That shit's a hurting feeling, man, to be a broke ass motherfucker. And and to be older and broke, that's a hurting motherfucking feeling, man. That's a hurting ass feeling. When you young and broke, it hurt. So imagine being 40, 50, 60 years old and being broke. God damn, you don't want to be around no old motherfucker that's broke, man. That's a miserable, sour, toxic motherfucker, man. I'm gonna just keep it real. And at the end of the day, it just goes into your priorities. What are you fucking doing? A lot of people have, and it goes into not being able to rise to the top. A lot of people have hang-ups and breakups. That's why they can't. You know why they can't. All you got to do is watch somebody's channel and watch what they say, watch what they do for a period of months, period of like weeks, months, years, or whatever. It don't really even take a longer than a year. You can find out why they can't rise to the top. They got this mental problem that they ain't telling you about, this emotional problem that's obvious, this other problem as far as spending money, because a lot of that shit is related. You know, I did a video that I probably have to redo on the fact that uh, financial issues or even personal finance is also mental. It's also emotional. It's not just, ones and zeros. How you feel. See, a lot of retailers notice how you feel and think determines how much money you're going to spend. That's why I like Sears, Sears and Roebuck. They would play elevator music. So when you come off the elevator, you'll feel good listening to this music. They'll play Christmas music during the Christmas season. So you can spend more money, so you can feel good and spend more money. A lot of things, if you don't have control over your mind, body, and soul, you're gonna be fucking broke. I mean, it's just you're gonna be fucked up. It just is what it is. And you could just watch somebody. You can watch somebody and see where their weakness is. You don't have control over your emotions. How you gonna fucking engage a million people when you don't have control over your emotions? You don't have control over your expenses. You don't have no control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what you can see why this person can't rise to the top and is hating on this man, because they can't control themselves. And it's like, okay, yeah, they might have some levels of success, but you can see the weaknesses. Everybody you can see when I turn this camera on, you can see the weaknesses. I talk about my weaknesses because I have no faults. It doesn't matter. I don't have to fake it to you. I don't have to fake it to anybody, because at the end of the day, I believe that I could overcome my faults. I can overcome any weakness I have, any problems I have, because millions and billions of people have walked this earth and have done it. Even if I don't do it or even do it, it's so many people that have done it. It's not I'm not going to say it's not a big thing, but it is. But it's the thing is, you can see these people's weaknesses, and that's why they can't get to the top like Kevin got, or they got problems or issues or whatever. They don't want to do this or they don't want to do that. Everything you don't want to do, he did. That's why he got to the top, and you couldn't. So therefore, it leads to hate. Like I say, it hurts to be a broke ass motherfucker. It hurts. That shit hurts like a motherfucker when you don't have enough to fucking do this, and this. You late behind. You late on your mortgage. You late on your car payment. You owe back child support. That shit hurts. So yeah, if you can find a pariah to hate on, because you might be doing the same thing that this other person is doing, and they're making 100 times more money than you, yeah, it's probably easy to just hate on somebody else. And then you thinking, damn, how can I get high? It's just as high as this person, but you can't, and you know why you can't, and other people even tell you can't, and why you can't, but it hurts. So you still gotta go with it. You gotta continue on with it, even though people can tell you're full of shit. So number 6, 10 things I learned from Kevin Samuels. Take a break. Okay, I have to say, man, I can understand. You just imagine you doing car videos in an old Buick, an old Chevy, and then all of a sudden, you making like $100 a month in ad revenue. You still doing your little bullshit job that you really don't like or whatever. Not really making that much money. To then all of a sudden you making $10,000 a month $100,000 a month off YouTube, advertisements, donations, or whatever, super chats, making $5,000 a month in cash apps and all kind of other things, endorsements and shit like that. You probably don't want to stop doing that shit. I mean, to be honest, I don't stop going to work because I can't afford to stop going to work. I gotta I gotta keep going to fucking work. I want to have a vacation for a week or two, but I can't. But I ain't that gone. If I was making, let's just say $100,000 a month, I don't, and I'm doing something that I can definitely take a break from, or hire out some help to just, I don't know, splice up some of my long videos, make it short videos, and then every now and again engage with people, I would do it. But I could see why Kevin didn't want to possibly take a break, or just take a vacation for a year, because it goes back to, you remember when you was broke and you got money now, and you like, man, I'm gonna keep rising till I, goddamn it, buy another Lamborghini. I want to buy two. I want to buy. I already got the Lamborghini. Murcielago. I want the Aventador. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, you probably don't want to stop. It gets addictive, even like it becomes your life. Like, damn, it's like a high to see, you know, you used to seeing maybe 20 people in your chat watching you. Now you got 2,000 people watching you in your chat. You used to only making like maybe $20 a live stream. Now you making $2,000 a live stream, or $20,000 a live stream, whatever. I mean, you know, um, it's like, man, you just want to get as much as you can, that you missed, or didn't have, or maybe even you thinking it's gonna stop one day. YouTube is gonna shut your channel down, so you want to try to make as much money as you possibly can. But anyway, I mean, I would just say, in hindsight, take a break. Just take a month off. Splice up some videos, maybe appear on some other people's channels. Just take like 60 days, 90 days. The people gonna still be there. They ain't going nowhere. If anything, they gonna be there even more. I mean, I think what, 48 laws of power, absence make the love grow stronger. I might be saying it wrong, but same. Yeah. When you that's what you do. That's what you do a lot of times. That's why your significant other, she gives a fuck about you. She don't want you leaving, because when you leave, she really really likes you even more after, when you come back, if she really give a hell about you, because absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's the actual term. And yeah, I mean, I think in hindsight, yeah, breaks are excellent. Even in war, you take a break. If you can, you take a little they call it R&R. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I'm definitely all for breaks, man. You might think that you want to keep, it gets addictive. You getting all this money and success. I think breaks are excellent. If you really can, just, go take a retreat, just mellow down, what I'm saying? Take a chill pill or two, and just calm the fuck down, and just don't even think about YouTube. Go house hunting or something. Like, go see if you want to go live somewhere else. Buy another fucking house somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Go shopping, go traveling. Go out, go to Europe or something. Go take your show to overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a fucking break, you know. Number 5. This is what I learned from Kevin Samuels. Your brand is important. Your brand is important. I'll be honest with you. I also a guy by the name of Nino Quasi. Uh, I'm probably butchering his name. He said, man, because I was thinking like, broke jeans ain't no big deal, whatever. Nah, he said, man, that's a brand. And sure enough, it is. And that's how I look at it. It's a fucking brand. This shit, man, this shit's gonna be, it's already big. It's gonna be even bigger. This shit is gonna be, I'm gonna get into fashion. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I already got t-shirts on my website. I'm gonna be selling I already got gym shoes, a line of gym shoes. They expensive. You gotta remember, I'm a bougie nigga. I I was born with a copper spoon. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, but I was born with a copper spoon. You know, I'm bougie. So my shoes are definitely just like Gucci. Just like Gucci. And I'm working on some other fashion designs. I'm gonna have some jeans or some pants or something like that. Working on that. You know what I'm saying? This is a fucking brand. Like it's already somebody selling broke jeans brands or whatever. But yeah, I got mine. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. This is actually one of my shirts right here. You know what I'm saying? King Tut. So yeah, man, your brand is definitely important. Definitely important. You know, it is. I really need to, kind of strengthen my brand, kind of research and, just look at some things, maybe polish some things up. I'm definitely got some stuff in the works, but your brand is definitely important. Best believe that. That's what I learned. And the fourth thing, dress to impress. Definitely dress to impress. Let me see if my some tell me I don't know if my volume is straight. Let me check to make sure because sometimes I be talking and my volume might be off. Let me see, man, because a lot of times when you saying some hot shit, because I've been speaking some hot fire, man, for like the last 45 minutes. Sometimes it's like some I don't know. Let me see here. 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. So yeah, dress to impress. Dress to motherfucking impress, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna disclose something. And this was from this was from actually I forgot his name. Dr. Dunbar. He was one of Kevin Samuels kind of like he was Kevin Samuels was his one of his mentors. He actually paid for his consultant uh, fees or whatever. He was dressing kind of like I'll just say lame. He was kind of dressing lame, and Kevin Samuels mentioned, hey, you should spend some money, so you can dress to impress. And then he kind of bought some nice glasses, some decent glasses, decent shoes, decent tailor made suit, and that's what I did. I did that. Not I didn't get a suit, but I went shopping and I bought some nice loafers. You know what I'm saying? I bought some nice loafs. I already had a nice gold chain or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I bought probably spent like $400 on clothes. I mean, that's not that much, but you know, it was for me. And I was out with my cousin that is a model, and yeah, I had a good time. I had a real good time. It was a funeral, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I had a really good time, and I spent some money, and definitely, man, I'll have to say that I'm gonna continue to spiffy up my fashion. You know what I'm saying? I was very much into fashion. I just been on a grind for a long time. I'm still going through a home renovation. So I ain't really trying to do too much, but best believe, man, I'm gonna be dressing out. I'm gonna be dressing up. And yeah, that's definitely in the works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely pro fashion. I'm a fashion motherfucker, man. That's what I love. I love fashion. You know what I'm saying? So your uniform is definitely important. That's what definitely something that I can't take away. That's what he started coming in the game with. His channel is about fashion, fragrances, and your attire. That's what he came. That's what when he was coming on the Lions Den, the Coliseum with BGS Sipmore and everyone that was there. Obsidian was hit there, Angry Man was there, Edward Anderson, Charles Faulkner. I mean, we was all there, like LAR movement, Mike V, all of us was there, man, talking about topics that actually they're making a decision about right now, just recently. And they're making future decisions. We like a lot of times people call us all kind of names and shit like that. We are the motherfucking leaders of this space. And Kevin was one of our breakout I guess you could say, yeah, stars. And I was proud of him. A lot of us were. And the thing about it is, yeah, he came in and he was basically talking about fashion, fragrance, and yeah, your attire. And a lot of people are like, nah, you don't need to do that, or they didn't want to do it, whatever. I mean, the thing about it is, your dress is important. Your attire is important. Uh, I can't say it enough. Your uniform is everything. You know, uniform is everything. So, yeah. Number 3 is smell good. He would always start his videos with a fragrance, right? And he would also talk about glasses. My vision, I get tired eyes and shit. Definitely, I wear glasses, but I don't have any prescription or anything. I just wear whatever I can. A lot of times it's just to cover up the bags in my eyes and shit. But I will be getting me some fucking glasses. You know what I'm saying? I've been meaning to go, get fitted for some frames and shit. So yeah, he has some very stylish frames and whatnot. But yeah, the smell goods is definitely something that is important as well. Your scent, you know what I'm saying? It attracts the opposite sex. They love the smell goods. You definitely want to catch. If you out there catching, you want to use everything you can to catch. Smell goods is without exception. You know. So, number 2, things I learned from Kevin Samuels: stay away from bad women. Okay, stay away. Big Shirley in the game, stay away. You know, I mean, only love them from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Only love them from a distance, man. You know. So yeah, and they whatever they say, don't worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. Just leave below. All right, that's all I'm gonna say with that. I didn't say it all kind of shit with about that. Subprime and prime women. I'm definitely gonna be talking more about subprime women and sub and prime women. Okay. And number 1, make as much money as you can. You know what I'm saying? Definitely make as much money as you can. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something that I was inspired to do. He said, you should make twice your age, if you can, you should strive for twice your age. You know what I'm saying? So My whole channel was about this is a personal finance channel. When I started this channel like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever, this is basically a personal finance channel. I'm a personal finance motherfucker. I might be the brokest personal finance motherfucker. I'm the realest. That's all I can say. Cause I ain't no this is a no cap zone. Definitely no cap. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real. I don't pretend. I don't fake. Stop the cap. You know, it is what it is. I lay it out just like it is, and I tell you just like it is. You may not believe it or think it or whatever, because I don't have all the money in the world and shit like that, but I still know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't lead you astray because I'm broke either. I tell you just the advice, because see, this goes back to Kevin. Sometimes people just need an investment. They need capital to actually put the things out that they already know that they can do. You know, this kind of goes into class. Sometimes people cannot really rise above their class. And this is what you see. This is what you see from the people that hate on YouTube. The hate on Kevin Samuels or whatever, or have a history of hating on them. They can't really they'll make the money, but they can't really rise above their class. You know, Kevin Samuels is one of those people that can rise above. Once he got the money, he knew what to buy, he knew what to dress, he knew what to get, he knew what he already probably already had these plans in his head. I ain't no different. I get $1 million tomorrow. I know what to get. I know where to go. I know what houses to buy. I know what stocks to buy. I know what portfolio to set up, all of that shit, because I've already researched and I've already put it out on my channel. A lot of things. A lot of times I give out stuff that I know that I don't necessarily have the money to buy, but other people watch me and they make money off of the things that I say. You know, like for example, I have other people that I join their channels and they tell me, hey man, that idea you said about the furniture business, somebody actually went out and did that, and they made a lot of money. I had people on my Patreon, they made money off of stocks that I picked. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, and this goes into the hate as well. You got people that are extremely rich and they don't want to give you money. They don't want to entrust you with any type of investment because they don't want you to actually be successful. They don't want you to be successful. So they that's where all these red tapes, and they don't want to give you an investment. They don't want to give you in a job. They don't want to let you in the boardroom because a lot of times they know they can't compete with you in the bedroom. So they don't want you in the boardroom. So you got to bust your way down. You got to create your own boardroom a lot of times. And it's difficult at times. Got to bootstrap and work your way up if you got a startup like myself. 1% of black startups get funding. I repeat that 1% of black startups get funding. So, you know, basically, yeah, a lot of times they don't want you to fucking have no money because not everybody just splurges and wastes money that's black, or starts companies and blows it away and only gives their investors 2% or 5% or whatever. There's some people that actually they get money, they actually do the shit they say they're gonna do. Like at the end of the day, I listen to Tariq Nasheed. A lot of times we talk about the immigrant shit. Obviously, I'm both. I'm African American and African. Who the fuck? Why the fuck would I hate on either one of them? I mean, obviously, that's like retarded to me. Like I'm both. So why the whole ADOS and non-ADOS shit? I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, these white folks is like I say, flying in and out of Heathrow, in and out of New York, traveling, making money, traveling, making billions, trillions of dollars every day. Niggas talking about ADOS and FBA and Kunta Kinte and Baza Binge. Like, what the fuck? I mean, but at the end of the day, I'll say this. Tariq Nasheed, when he does get money, he does the fuck he gets the money for. Like, every black person that gets funding ain't gonna blow the shit or not do what the fuck they were supposed to do. I mean, that's just the ones that did it. But at the end of the day, yeah, when you do make it, you know, some people are able to go higher up. It was like, you know, once you upper class already in your mind, when you get money, you just transition right into it. And I could definitely say Kevin Samuels was one of those individuals. He already had class before he got the money. So he transitioned right into it. Where other cats, obviously, they had some problems with that. They had money. They had probably more money than Kevin Samuels. But then he got past them, and then he did the things that he was, knew as far as what to do, and they didn't. And it goes back to the it factor. Basically, what was that? Number 7. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he says make double your age. He came with the whole concept of the Henry high earner not rich yet. A lot of these concepts were not his own, but yeah, in the whole high value man thing. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We have a problem in America as far as black people. Everybody knows that. When you come into a store, they already assume you don't have any money because they notice the statistics. You don't have any money because a lot of times they're not giving you no job. You don't want to start a business. Basically 95% of black businesses only have one employee. African American women ran businesses. African American men businesses have basically they have 90% don't have 90% doesn't have employees. So we got jobs. we run it. You're a trucker. You got an LLC, but it's just you. You the only motherfucker that got a truck. You ain't hiring nobody else. My grandfather, he was a millionaire businessman. He had his sister working for him, his 2 of his brothers, he and a business partner, and he still was a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like having a business and you ain't hiring anybody that is honorable. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm one. I don't have any employees. What I did at one time, and it was when I had less money than I have now. I had employees that I paid money. So yeah, I mean, he definitely said strive to do better. I did, and I'm gonna continue to do it. And you know, that's that. I mean, that's all I gotta say. And pretty much everybody's exposed, and they still exposed. Tomorrow the same strags that was complaining and shit is still gonna be strags. Everybody's still gonna know they strags. Ain't shit gonna change.